Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about the biomechanics of kicking a ball. So the 6 basic steps of taking a free kick is the distance between you and the ball, the approach, the limb swing, the foot plant, the hip flexion and knee, the foot contact, and the follow through. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the muscle groups that are involved when kicking a ball. So when the foot is planted, the muscle groups that are involved are the right hips, which leads to an extension. The muscles that are involved are the gluteus maximus, bicep femoris, semitendinosus. Alright, so this is the transition to the kicking phrase. The right knee will be in a transition from flexion to extension, and the muscle involved are the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intermedius. And the right hip will then transition from extension to flexion, and it will cause a slight adduction to be able to strike properly at a proper angle, and will have an external rotation so that you'll be able to kick from the inside of your foot. And lastly, the right ankle will remain plantar flexion, and the muscles involved are the gastrocnemius and the soleus. Secondly, I'll be talking about the 3 Newton's law. The first law I'll be talking about the law of inertia. The law of inertia means an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless force acts upon it. So, the ball will not move unless force acts upon it. The force produced by your body is what sends the ball in motion to overcome its inertia. The second law of motion is the law of acceleration. Newton's second law of motion means that an object accelerates relative to the force applied and in the direction. So for example, the ball is the mass. Muscle creates the force. To create a larger amount of force, running towards the ball will help create more force due to the momentum of it. And lastly, the third Newton law is the law of reaction. The third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So the action is Adam kicking the ball. The reaction would be the ball moving from the force of the kick. This shows that when there is an action, there is a reaction. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the 2 biomechanical principles of taking a free kick. Between the 7 principles, I'll be using principle 3, which is known as the maximum effort. To gain maximum velocity, we have to use all the joints from the largest to the smallest. For instance, from the ankle to the knee, to the hip, to the shoulder, to the elbow, and to the wrist. And for the second principle, will be principle 4, which is the linear motion. So to have a greater velocity, you will need to distance yourself from the ball and to increase the acceleration of your run-up so that the ball will have more velocity. It's a good one. It's 2. So the 2 weaknesses I would like to talk about are the run-up and the follow through. As you can see in the video, the distance between the ball and it was a short run up that I could not produce enough force to kick a ball with a greater speed. And secondly, I would like to talk about the follow through when I kicked the ball. After I kicked the ball, you can see the foot planted did not move. I should have followed through so that I can prevent myself from any injuries. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you soon.